The papers from the stand, analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Onyedikachi.
My name is Adedamola LAFENWA.
And my name is FAVOUR Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Three games are going down tonight in the Euro 2024. Well, Spain, Italy, the most played game in Europe, is going down also tonight, and that happens to be the last game for today. It's going to be a tough one. While England will have to prove their mettle against Denmark to also prove to a lot of fans, the same as a lot of opposition, that their 1-0 victory in the opener wasn't a fluke. Serbia will start today's fixtures against Slovenia. Well, should we be expecting an upset or be expecting flurry of goals? My name is OLADAPO Okunubi, aka Young Striker. Now you're welcome to Kiko Sports Show. And this morning, we're here to serve you better. And remember, we look at updates from our other sports this morning. Same as Road to Berlin segment, where we'll look at all stories concerning everything happening at Euro 2024. Remember, Copa America is also on our face this morning as well. Well, we say congratulations to those who won the predictions on our Facebook fan page, same as those who called in. Well, we'll check your scorecard this morning. Remember, the 3 matches for all the 3 correct predictions, you just need to send us your account number, then we credit you. But if you don't get the correct 3 predictions, that means you're going for the data or airtime. All right, now let's go straight and look at stories from NBA, talk tennis, countdown to Olympics. My name is OLADAPO Okunubi once again. Let's go. All right, remember, we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, Solutions 939 FM, Solutions 939 FM, starting with NBA this morning. All-star forward Pascal Siakam intends to sign a 4-year, $189.5 million maximum contract to stay with Indiana Pacers. Pacers president of basketball operations Kevin Pritchard and general manager Chad Buchanan presented a max offer to Siakam and his agent Todd Ramasar and Jafar Shofani. And on Tuesday, shortly after the NBA's new early contract rules allowed 4 teams to begin negotiation, extensions, and free agent deals with their own players after the NBA Finals. Congratulations to Boston Celtics, right? But now let's look at another update here. Signing contracts or hiring. The Detroit Pistons on Wednesday fired coach Monty Williams after 1 season, absorbing the remaining $65 million on his contract. New Pittston president of basketball operations Trajan Langdon, who was hired a month ago, had been meeting regularly with Williams about the franchise's future, but the decision to dismiss Williams was directed from the ownership level with Tom Gurras. Now let's go straight and look at what is happening on the tennis court this morning. Looking at games at different side, same as reactions. Well, for some players, well, they look. I mean, most especially Andy Murray will have to undergo surgery. Most especially with what happened to him yesterday. But let's look at some stories before looking at games going down today. Well, Grand Slam champions Naomi Osaka, Caroline Wozniacki, Angelique Kerber, and Emma Raducanu have all been awarded wildcards for Wimbledon. The grass court tournament starts 1st of July. Osaka, a four-time major champion and former number one player and a three-time Grand Slam winner, Kerber returned from maternity leave at the start of this season. Well, we were crushing on Naomi Osaka, but she just, I don't know. Everything just happened like that, but it is what it is, right? All right, now let's check more this morning. Well, Zhang Xingxian recorded his third career victory over a top 10 opponent when he upset third seed Dani Medvedev 6-3-2, 6-7-6 at the grass court Halle Open on Wednesday. Zhang, the 27, who is ranked number 42, showed a 3-5 in a third set tiebreaker before winning 4 straight points against the 5th-ranked Medvedev. All right. Now let's look at more updates here where Andy Murray remains hopeful. The back injury which ended his Queen's campaign will not deny him what is expected to be a final appearance at Wimbledon. Now let's first look at Halle Open games going down today. ATP 500 where Hubal Cars will take on James Duckworth, and that game is going down by 11 o'clock. And Jannik Sinner taking on Fabian Maruzan by 12:30, Marco Giron against Matthew Berrettini by 2 o'clock. And last game, we'll see Jean-Lann Struff take on Stefanos Tsitsipas by 4:30 this evening at the Queen's Club Championship in London. Remember, Andy Murray injured out of that tournament, and the game where he was meant to team up with Danny Evans against Ivan Dojic and Austin Krajicek in the doubles has been cancelled. And Alejandro Tabilo will take on Tommy Paul in the singles by 12 o'clock today as John Pierce teams up with Jonathan Thompson against Ivan Dojic and Austin Krajicek by 12:30. More games to go down today. Billy Harris will take on Giovanni Impec by 3 o'clock, and by 4:30, Brandon Nakashima will lock hands with Lorenzo Musetti. Right there in Berlin for the WTA 500, Anna Kalinskaya will tackle Marketa Vondrousova by 10 o'clock today. Elena Rybakina will be up against Veronika Kudermetova by same time. More games to go down, but last game of today, we see Arina Sabalenka take on Daria Kasatkina. But talking about the injury of Andy Murray, he's also thinking that will also not stop him from participating at the Olympics. Remember, Novak Djokovic came out on Monday Tuesday to say that, yeah, he will be ready for the Olympics. But for some players, they're already pulling out, most especially from the WTA. Let's count down to Olympics. Check it time right now. It is 9:08. Still Solutions 93.9 FM. A Kickoff Sports Show, the first half of AM update. This segment, we count down to Olympics going down in France in the next few weeks. Now let's start with USA. United States sprinter Erion Nick Turn has been cleared to compete at the Paris Olympics after avoiding a ban for a failed drug test. The 20-year-old was provisionally suspended in April after testing positive for a metabolite of Trenbolone in March. But an independent arbitrary ruled that it was more likely that not Norton digested the banned substance when he ate some contaminated meat. I don't understand what is coming from USA. But if it was to be another athlete from another country, most especially Africa, we know how this picture will be painted. Now, let's see what is coming out of this American sports medium, talking about a Chinese athlete. Now, China has selected 11 swimmers that are embroiled in a major doping scandal for next month's Paris Olympics. Earlier this year, it emerged that 23 of the country's swimming team were cleared to compete at the Tokyo Games in 2021 despite testing positive for a banned substance months earlier. The World Athletics Doping Agency WADA said it was not on the position to disprove an assertion from the China Anti-Doping Agency CHINADA that they unintentionally ingested heart medication Trimtazidine TMZ, which can enhance performance. All right, now let's wait more. But remember, we're getting updates also from the French national team. A man who has been stopped from going to the Olympics with the French national team managed by Thierry Henry. I'm talking about Kylian Mbappe. He was able to train yesterday. But we look at what is also happening in the French national team. But done, we count down to Olympics. Well, remember, guys, jump on our Facebook fan page to keep sending in your predictions. So we announced a winner yesterday. Some winners yesterday. We had just one person who came to claim his prize, while some people just came in to send their OPay account. We never promised to send money to those who won their predictions yesterday. It was airtime and data. All right, now let's go straight and talk football. 9:11 is the time. Young Striker 9 here. Kickoff Sports Show still live on your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio Dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Welcome back. Shout out to Sharif Agumbiade, Esther Ojo, Esther Ayu, I beg your pardon, Radio G, Adeboje Yusuf, Jolasho Henry. Okay, so we check some of your scorecards this morning. Now talking about the President's Federation Cup, multi-titleist Rivers Angels have zoomed into the last four of this year's Presidential Federations Cup in style after 5-0 hammering of Osun Babes in Enugu on Wednesday. Abuja-based the Niger Rattles also reached the semi-finals following a 5-4 penalty shootout defeat of Robo Queens of Lagos at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba. Both teams ended the regulation period with a scoreline at a 1-1 draw. Wow. For Niger Rattles to beat FC Robo Queens, there's something fishy. Okay, now Delta Queens caught Sunshine Queens from Akure to signs with a 2-0 defeat at the Samuel Gbemudia Stadium in Benin City, Edo State. Also in Benin City, Remo Stars ladies continued their fairy tale run in this year's competition with a 3-2 penalty shootout defeat of veteran campaigners Nasarawa Amazons after both teams were still mated at 1-0 following a regulation time. Now today, the finalists will emerge in the men's competition with Abia Warriors up against Kano Pillars at the Lafayette City Stadium and Kebbi United up against Economy Warriors at the NFL FIFA Goal Project in Abuja. Both games to commence by 4 p.m. Now, looking at the appearance for the semi-finals, for the ladies, Remo Stars ladies of Ogun State will take on Niger Rattles of FCT, while Delta Queens of Delta will take on Rivers Angels. Well, a lot of people already putting their money on Rivers Angels. They know how to play this game and they know how to win trophies. All right. Now, moving on this morning, let us look at more updates talking football, where we look at what is coming from the glass house. They do say that those who stay in the glass house don't throw stones. Not about the stones are thrown by some players, but report has it. There were rumors yesterday that NFF had banned Victor Osimhen after his outburst following the resignation of Finidi George. However, the Nigeria Football Federation, according to Complete Sport, says that NFF has described as outright falsehood reports in some online publications on Wednesday that a football governing body has slammed a ban on Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen from the team for the social media outburst a few days ago. The NFF General Secretary, Dr. Mohamed Sanusi, expressed amazement at the report, saying the Federation has neither instructed a process, nor has a process been concluded to ban the player from the national team. We say congratulations to Rashida Ajibade, who has been named Atletico Madrid Women's Player of the Season for 2023-2024. Atletico Madrid announced Ajibade as the Player of the Season on their X handle on Wednesday. Now let's shift focus to Euro 2024 Road to Berlin on Solutions 93.9 FM. For those who made your predictions yesterday, let's check your scorecards, see what the managers are saying. Also, ahead of tonight's clash, remember, it's going to be a big battle. Nobody saw the result that came yesterday. Nobody saw that coming. Most especially with Croatia playing 2-2 draw against Albania. Most especially the performance of Scotland as well against the Granny Sharkers, Switzerland. I saw Akanji, who was just thanking God that some goals did not really enter. Let's drive road down to Berlin. Okay, check the time right now. It is 9:16 from Solutions 93.9 FM. Welcome to Road to Berlin. Here you get all the updates, reactions, same as feedback, and where you also make predictions concerning games going down tonight. And we also look at your scorecards. Now let's start with Germany, host country, being the first nation to reach the last 16 at the Euro 2024 as goals from Jama Musiala and Ike Gudoan secured a 2-0 victory over Hungary in Group A, meaning the team Hungary wasn't hungry enough to qualify to the next round. But what a performance for Hungary. Remember, if you look at the standings right now, Hungary is rock bottom, losing 2 matches back to back. Losing against Switzerland, losing against Germany. So they're, technically out of the tournament. However, that group is still solid. But talking about Ike Gudoan, a man who masterminded a victory yesterday, same as the opening game, has also given thumbs up to Musiala, who believes that the talent of this man can make way for him in bigger clubs.
For me, it's incredible. It's such a joy to play with him, because he's someone who can do the unexpected in every single situation, and such a difference maker for our team. Maybe, the most important one at the moment for us in such a young age as well, especially when it comes about creating, or getting the ball, take-ons, giving the final pass, scoring goals, which he added now to his game as well, which is very important for someone playing in such an offensive position. And I love him. He's such a complete player and such a nice guy as well, very humble. And if he keeps doing his thing, the way he's doing right now, he can be one of the best.
Praises coming from Ike Gudoan, a man who plays for Barcelona. Musiala is also applying his trade right there in Germany with German Bundesliga side Bayern Munich. And now talking about German Musiala is with 2 goals so far at the tournament and also picked as a top scorer so far. 15 matches played, 42 goals scored, 2.8 per match according to data coming from the organizers of the Euro 2024. Now let's talk about Scotland on the show this morning. A team that looked like they are bouncing back, most especially after that performance against Germany. Scotland's hope of reaching the knockout stages of a major tournament for the first time in their history are still alive after a hard-fought 1-0 draw against Switzerland in Group A. Here is Steve Clarke, the manager of Scotland, saying that they had to come to their best and expect more from Scotland.
This is the way we've been playing as a team over the last 3 or 4 years. It's why we're here at a major tournament. So we knew what we had to do. The players knew what they had to do, and I thought it was a good team performance against a good opponent. It's just about doing better all the time. Sometimes as a footballer or a manager, whatever, it doesn't go your way. It certainly didn't go our way on Friday night. So tonight was just about getting back to what we're good at, working hard, making sure we got the preparation right, and I think we did.
All right, 9:20. Now let's check some of your predictions yesterday from the scorecards we had on Wednesday, and what it should surely what that really means. Yes, we had some predictions that look like could have gone on onside, but for some went offside. What for someone went on the onside. Let's check some messages that came out yesterday, and we start with Emmerich. Paulo Adenika saying that Germany 3, Hungary 0, Scotland 1, Switzerland 2, Croatia 2, Albania 0. All your predictions went on the offside. Sabio Oluwafemi Toibu won the airtime yesterday. Predicted Germany 2, Hungary 2, Scotland 1, Switzerland 2, Croatia 3, Albania 0. But Radio G predicted Germany 3, Hungary 0. Maybe if you had added 1, it would have gone on the onside. Predicted Scotland 1, Switzerland 1. Radio G. One prediction came out of the 3. Predicted 3, Croatia 2, Albania 0. Thomas David, Croatia 2, Albania 1, Germany 2, Hungary 0, Scotland 2, Switzerland 1. Germany-Hungary game came. Esther Ayos predicted Scotland 2, Switzerland 2. But that came out 1-1. Germany 3, Hungary 1, Croatia 2, Albania 0. And well, a lot of people. So now Jolasho Henry predicted Germany 2, Hungary 0. Predicted Switzerland 1, Scotland 1. Predicted Croatia 2, Albania 0. And that was the only prediction that spoiled your prediction. That stopped you from winning the cash on the show this morning. So you won yourself data or airtime. So let us know what you rather prefer to take on the show this morning. Congratulations to Jolasho Henry. Data or airtime, let us know. Congratulations. Now let's go straight to games going down today at the Euro 2024 Road to Berlin. You want to predict? Let's go. Well, for Slovenia, Serbia is the game starting today, 2 o'clock. And that clash is going down at the Allianz Arena in Munich. And well, for some players ruled out, Juventus Kostic has ruled out of Serbia's team. Well, yes, due to knee injury going into this one. Well, for Slovenia, they've got a complete team. Now, 5 o'clock is going to be Denmark against England. And that game is also going to look like something that is questionable for Luke Shaw going into this one. Remember, Jude Bellingham scored the only goal against Serbia. But can that happen in where we see more goals scored today? Deutsche Bank Park Frankfurt is the venue for that clash. However, Gary Southgate believes in the team going into the clash against Denmark tonight.
I think it's everything. Yes, you've got to have quality, but in the end, mentality, ability to deliver in the big games, that's what we've been able to do over the last 3 or 4 years in particular. I think we're better for those experiences, but also we've got some players with us who haven't had those experiences, so we're exposing them to that at the same time. But the teams that win things, in the end, the difference really is all about mentality.
About the mentality of the boys, well, let's wait to see what happens tonight. All right, 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939. You want to make your predictions? Let's go. One more game to go down tonight, and that happens to be the biggest game for today. Spain taking on Italy. Remember, 3 predictions. You get it correctly, you walk away with our cash. You get 2 correctly, you walk away with our airtime or data. Well, Ishaku Peter Ashare saying, good morning. Yesterday, I got the prediction right between Germany and Hungary. Someone got predictions better than you. Someone got 2 correctly. You got 1 correctly. So we just have to pick the person who got 2 predictions. All right. 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939. Looking at the Spanish national team and the Italian team as well, who has been ruled out. Well, they've got a complete team going into the Valenti's Arena tonight by 8 o'clock. Let's check some predictions out before wrapping up the show here. Esther Ayo predicted, saying, good morning, Italy 2, Spain 2, Denmark 0, England 2, Slovenia 1, Serbia 2. Okay, Radio G says Spain 1, Italy 1, Denmark 1, England 3, Slovenia 0, Serbia 2. Let's check more here. This is coming from Jolasho Henry saying today's game, Spain 2, Italy 1, Denmark 0, England 4. Okay. Slovenia 1, Serbia 2. Who is asking you of Copa America? Okay, go and sit down. We don't have time for Copa America today. Okay, so Jolasho Henry, we've got your prediction there. Okay, check us out right now. This is 9:27, and we will be wrapping up the show here. But remember, Kickoff Sports Show will be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. But now we'll move to the other side, where we look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Damola LAFENWA is here, FAVOUR Lawrence Ola here as well. My name is OLADAPO Okunubi. Keep doing sports and stay safe.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
thank God that South Africa yesterday, we were not disgraced. You know, it was trending that the newly re-elected and newly sworn-in president of South Africa, snubbed our president. But thank God it wasn't true. And on that note, we are not snubbing you. We'll welcome you on board this morning. This is AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is FAVOUR Oloratola.
And my name is Adi Damala LAFENWA. It's another beautiful Thursday morning in the big and beautiful city of Ibadan. And of course, we're set to take you through some trending stories in some of today's national dailies. This morning, I've got the Nation newspaper as well as the Nigerian Tribune with me.
All right, the Vanguard newspaper and the Punch newspaper are the papers that I'll be taking this morning. All right, let me start with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On the Vanguard newspaper, the major headline here is on the minimum wage, and it goes thus: minimum wage, why governors others are foot dragging. And then there are some headlines underneath that, so we can move on. May retrench workers need bailouts to pay. Idris detaches self from unwilling governors, awaits Labour, FG's stand. No agreement, but alignment of interest. OPS pushes for new act to cover employees with minimum of 200 workers. Senator Wadada begs Tinubu to approve 150,000 naira, says lawmakers willing to make sacrifices. Well, away from that, let us go to what has been trending as well for the past 3 days, and that's on Rivers. Rivers crisis, Fubara orders probe of LG accounts. And I'm sure that is for the past administration. But Obaseki gives Edo CP 7 days to fish out killers of Uniben graduate. Now moving to the top headline of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Naira depreciation makes Lagos, Abuja cheapest global cities for expatriate report. Cholera outbreak. FG may declare emergency. NCDC-DG. Edo Guba, PDP expels Shuaibu. Ori cites anti-party activities. Now finally, customs to establish stable FX rate for imports. Finally, we have Makinde approving Olakule's appointment as 43rd Olubado of Ibadan land. You can find the story on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, taking it from that cheering story, which you took last time from the Vanguard newspaper, I'll take it from there. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this Thursday morning, it says, Makinde approves Olakule as 43rd Olubado. That story is found on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. FG uncovers 1,618 civil servants with fake employment letters. Page 2. Alleged terrorism. Nnamdi Kanu seeks out-of-court settlement. Court orders open space meeting with lawyers. That story is found on page 12. And to the biggest story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this beautiful morning, I have this one saying, Rivers, Fubara's men take charge of 23 councils. As governor swears in, caretaker chairman says Rivers won't set precedents on LG tenure extension. APC calls for state of emergency in Rivers. NNPP kicks. APC can't take Rivers through the back door. PDP. IGP condemns killings of officers. Orders probe. Away from that, I have this one saying, why we target assets of drug barons, traffickers. NDLEA, page 15. Recruitment. Police Service Commission Union calls for removal of IGP. And that story is found on page 19. We will not allow militia groups occupy Ogun Forest Reserves. Government. Nigeria partners U.S. agency to send first Nigerian to space. Page 4. Why did you laugh?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Let me keep it mum for now. Okay, probably we'll talk about it in the course of the program. And the last one I'll be taking from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Edo PDP expels Shaibu Obi. That story is found on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
All right, on the Punch newspaper, I was first confused, but I have 2 pages. But it's more of advertorial.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have some headlines here. Rivers plans parallel secretariats as police bar FAVOUR caretaker chairman. Governor orders caretaker chairman to give alternative secretariats as police shot LGs. Cholera. NCDC made a clear emergency. Lagos issues safety guidelines. FGI's $4.4 billion new loans as debt hits 101 trillion naira. You can find this and more on the Punch newspaper.
Favor, that particular headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper is actually very weighty. I mean, it's really getting messier there. Did you get that? Rivers plans parallel secretariat. That means those local government chairmen that were removed, they want to set up another secretariat. So they'll be having 2 secretariats.
It reminds me of when he brought down the National Assembly.
House of Assembly.
I'm looking at another drastic move from the governor of Rivers State again to make it more interesting. This saga making it more interesting.
Okay, moving to the Nation newspaper. All set for Olakuleyi's coronation as 43rd Olubadan. That story is found on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. Anxiety in Kano over federal court's ruling on Emir Tercel. Okay, moving away from that. Edo PDP expels Obi Shaibu Ogbeide. Troops capture 35 terrorists. Why Tinubu flew to South Africa on chartered aircraft. And the biggest story on the front page of the Nation newspaper is, of course, talking about the crisis in Rivers State. It says, Rivers crisis, police retain control of council secretariat. Fubara appointed caretaker chairman, can't access officers. Wait, let me take that again. Fubara appointed caretaker chairman, can't access officers. IG directs probe of killings as death toll rises to 3. APC declare state of emergency. Okay, the last one I'll be taking. Alleged terrorism. Nnamdi Kanu 6 out of court settlement. Okay, these are the major stories on the front page of some of the newspapers we have this morning. And in a jiffy, we'll be connecting with Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe to do some analysis on some of these issues. It's still AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Okay, we have Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe with us this morning. A beautiful morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. Now, we spoke extensively on the Rivers crisis yesterday, and it's looking as though it's getting more and more interesting and messier over there. I
mean, looking at the way it is put on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. It says, it's no longer news that the new caretaker council chairmen were sworn in yesterday by Simi Fubara. But these people, after being sworn in, couldn't get access into their offices, and Rivers is now planning to have parallel secretariat for each of this local government. What do you make out of that demonstration of craze, like Fela will put it there?
Well, it's a Nigerian thing. Well, you see, I think the issue is that it's a security issue. Rivers is a rough terrain. I mean, Rivers politically is a rough terrain. All those guys you see shooting around, they just go and hire them. They are in the creeks. The creeks is their home. Yes, but somebody told me that if you want to set up a money-making venture in the Niger Delta, all you need to get is an AK-47 or 49, and you are in business. You don't need an office for that. Just stay in the creek, So, Rivers is a rough terrain. The police is going to have a very tough job. You see that Wike is in his usual, the usual Wike you see talking up and down. He has stopped talking. They have got stuck in the processes, and you see that man is governor. He will just, okay, they will bring files. They will bring files to the new chairman. I know a chairman who, when he was chairman, he never went to the office. The director, the HLA, or the director of administration there, will bring files to him. He will always be at home in his Jalamia, and they will bring files to him at home. So it's a matter of bringing files to the chairman wherever the governor sets up their parallel office for them. Their parallel office does not have to be an office. It could be their homes, you understand? They will take the files to them. All the directors will take the files to them. They will operate from. And you can govern from anywhere, like they said in the days of Yaradua. But the thing is getting messier. And there are legal entanglements. But those legal entanglements will be resolved shortly. And we will see where we are. Because the crux of the matter is, did those guys defect? You understand?
Are you talking about the members of the House of Assembly?
That is actually the crux of this that will determine it, if they actually defected or not. You understand?
But they actually did. They actually did.
Well, since the matter is in court, it is now the court that will determine that. It is no longer a matter of what is our own opinion now. You know, any matter before the court, the Court of Appeal has said, and don't forget that after the Court of Appeal, there is still a Superior Court, which is the Supreme Court. Yes, there's a precedent that whoever defects will lose his seat. But until the court finally, but that we know there's a precedent. But the way they went about it, did they defect? And was there a faction? You understand? So there's the issue of whether there's a faction or no faction and all of that. So was there a faction in their PDP? Was PDP factionalized or whatever? So the courts will determine. But you see, governance will suffer.
But the removed local government chairmen, they were
not removed. Their tenure ended.
I just decided to use their words, put it in their own words, that they were being removed. That the House had already extended their tenure.
Which house?
The House now.
Look, you see, people love to say things from their own perspective.
They said the law was amended by the House, so which makes it their tenure elongation very valid.
Number one, there are two things for that. Anyway, a court has ruled that the law elongating their tenure is illegal.
That's Rivers State High Court ruled.
The Constitution prescribes a 3-year tenure. Which House of Assembly will now say they are elongating their tenure under one guise or the other? You cannot, and these things, lawmakers, how can lawmakers make laws that infringes on the Constitution, which is the ground norm? How do you do that? You see, the problem with this country is that those who purport to lead us, they do things to satisfy momentary their momentary desire. To think of their own interest rather than the larger interest of society. It is a terrible thing. You know, when the Ganduje was doing what he was doing in Kano, he was doing it to satisfy his own, immediate need. Instead of ignoring Sanusi, you understand? Instead of ignoring Sanusi, he broke up, and then even Kano Emirates extended as far as the other state, Jigawa. How can you break up? And how can you break up? It's like breaking up Oyo now. You say Oyo. It's not nice. Our leaders should be altruistic and rather be petty. So all these petty things, we should stop it.
Because of our time, let's quickly run on this. APC is calling for state of emergency because of the brouhaha happening in Rivers State. Do you feel I mean, it's getting, people are getting killed.
It has increased to 3.
It has degenerated.
The death toll is now 3.
People who are getting killed. You see,
police officers got killed too.
Yeah, police officers got killed. That's a start in the line of duty. Very, very, very sad. You know, the Niger Delta is a very rough terrain. Have you forgotten what they did to oil companies? Have you forgotten until Yaradua came and resolved the matter? They were just killing people, killing themselves, kidnapping, collecting ransom. All this kidnapping we witnessed now, it started in that place. So, but I'm sure the police, a combination of the police, the DSS, the NSCDC, and the military, they will take charge. They will take charge.
Okay.
They will take charge.
Now,
they know they have to apply force, maximum force. And they should not forget that any situation when a security agency is killed, the security agencies will come out full force and get them. They will get them.
Okay, let's come back to Oyo State here in Ibadan. I mean, there was a cherry news yesterday when we got a statement from the governor of Oyo State saying that the coronation of Alakuleyi as the 43rd Olubadan has been approved by the state governor. And I think that settles all the controversies that have been going around in recent weeks. I remember you and I were talking about it off the mic sometime last week. So what do you make out of the
last week?
Thursday last week? Yeah. So how did you receive the news?
Well, for me, and I say all hail the 43rd Olubadan, His Royal Majesty Olakuleyi. You see, the controversies were avoidable, totally avoidable, and setting bad precedents. This thing in Ibadan is just subject to manipulation. You understand? It's so straightforward. Everybody knows his position. When it is your turn, it is your turn. And you see, Senator Adewale Rashidi Ladoja also in line for the throne. But the position, the role he has played. When Obajibola said they will not nominate the man until he speaks, of course, Senator Ladoja, as the voice of the people now, not just as the chief or former governor, say, how can you make such pronouncements? You are not a medical doctor. How can you pronounce that somebody is unfit? Have you set up a medical board? And unfortunately, too, the governor openly said the man will be enthroned. After being nominated, you call him, since March 14, for God's sake, everybody knew who would be king. March, April, May, June, 3 months. It doesn't happen in Ibadan. And you now say that the man will be enthroned when he speaks. It's totally unnecessary. And of course, you see how Ibadan responded. Ibadan showcased the man. You say, come and inspect the palace. That was a response by Ibadan to what the governor said. I mean, it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. And then you allow people to start reading motives, whether existent or not, into, these things. And then people start reading motives. And then they start politicizing it. And then the harvesters of ruins, the ones Yoruba call Adigedi Modaru, they will now start operating and start bearing tales about. You understand? Thank God all that is ended. And Ibadan is moving forward with the new king, His Royal Majesty.
Okay. Okay. Another issue I would like us to talk about in the next few minutes before we wrap up the program is this Police Service Commission union calling out for the removal of Egbetokun, the IGP, saying that the recruitment. You remember recently the police had a recruitment exercise, and the Police Service Commission union is coming out now to say that there were so many shady dealings in the process of recruitment, and all fingers pointing at the man in charge of the Nigerian police, which is IGP Egbetokun. What do you make out of that?
For a very long time, very long time, I've been close to the police. One of my sisters worked in the police council when they were in Lagos, Abuja, and all of that, and been close to the police itself. You see, all this is unnecessary. In the days of yore, they didn't do 10,000 recruitment. They know the number of people that will retire in each state command. They were recruiting every month in Ikejabe. They were doing recruitment. The training was always ongoing. One set after the other. One set to graduate this one. So there won't be gaps. There won't be shortage of staff. They have records. So things are no longer like that. I want to recruit 10,000. You see, everything is by sponsorship now. Whether you want to join the army or you want to join the Air Force, you must be sponsored by a high-ranking retired man, or you pay. Have you forgotten that they got a criminal, somebody who was a certified criminal, got enlisted in the police force, so that he will have official uniform to commit
his atrocities.
Actually,
I remember I met two candidates then a few months ago when the recruitment exercise, and one of them told me that she was actually looking for a high-ranking police officer to endorse her application then before she could even go to submit the thing. So I was asking, though it has gone to this level that you need somebody.
You didn't need to.
I think it should have been by merit and your competence and your physical
Honestly, you don't need to
ability.
know anybody. You didn't need to know. I remember my father. My father would say, I will not lift a finger to secure any undue advantage for you in this country. That is just it. Merit. Let people get whatever they want to get on merit. But no, they will have to manipulate. When you put unqualified people, you see, even in the training schools, people breach infract on the standing order, and nobody can touch them because he was sponsored by a former IG, he was sponsored by the minister, he was sponsored by the Senate president, he was sponsored by the speaker. You know, all these things. That is the problem with our politics. What do they call it? Slots, Abi?
Slots,
they call
yeah.
it slots. Give those number of slots. Even if you are going to give slots, bring qualified people. You understand? If it is slots, yes, but bring qualified people. It is a matter of the pot calling the kettle black, the Police Service Commission and the IGP. What's the difference between the Police Service Commission and the IGP? It's the same thing. Everything is up for grabs and for sale. It is very sad. I don't know how we're going to do it. I think the Police Service Commission chairman has been changed. I think it was changed. Yeah, it was changed. It was changed recently. But you see, the manipulation is within the system. The chairman of the Service Commission will not even know how it goes. Maybe they will manipulate everything. But manipulation in the police is a very dangerous thing because they are the ones that secure us. And when they start seeing their position as position not to secure us, but as position for other things, that is dangerous.
All right. Let's have this finally before we go in 1 minute. We already have a reason why the governors are foot dragging on the minimum wage, and it's one of the reasons is because there might be retrenchment and a whole lot of reasons. Do you feel this is a legitimate reason to foot drag and to extend the minimum wage approval so far?
Well, it is on the table of the president now to bring an executive bill. When that bill is passed, the current, well, not current anymore, it has lapsed, says if you employ 25 people or more, they are pushing now that 62,000, it should be if you employ 200 people or more. Now, yes, because they say small and medium scale enterprises will collapse, and they're the ones that sustain the economy, which is a fact and a truth. Now, the governors, you will see in a matter of weeks, you will see the drama that will play out in the state. Many states are not going to pay. Zamfara only started paying 30,000
the Salah.
Open fact, they didn't pretend. Many states are not paying. The drama is we must bring this thing down to state. Minimum wage, go and negotiate your own.
But don't let us forget that even the labor force hasn't backed down or agreed to that 62,000 naira.
They are deceiving themselves. When they take the thing to the National Assembly and it becomes a law, let them start their own. Let them go to the states and negotiate. You cannot earn the same thing. Now, you cannot earn the same thing in Port Harcourt as you are as the people in Mina. Cost of living. One bedroom apartment, you know how many millions it costs in Port Harcourt? You will get that for probably 200,000 or 150,000 or thereabout in Bida. So these things cannot be uniform. It has to be negotiated based on cost of living allowance.
In different states.
Exactly, in different locations. That is our reality. Somebody that is living in Unguru or is living in Jigawa, it will live with the same cost of living allowance like somebody who is living in Lagos.
Or in Obiapo local government. In Port Harcourt.
Exactly. So we should face that reality. Look, the consequences of 100,000 will be great. Maybe we are talking about inflation. Let them try it. I'm sure the government will not do more than that. I'm sure they won't do more than that.
It's a pleasure to have you today. Thank you very much for your contribution.
All right, sir. Wishing you a very lovely day. And you too, sir.
And you too, sir.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
All right, at this junction, we have to leave. We cannot, take more, and we cannot take comments because there is another program going on by 10 o'clock. But at the same time, let us keep hope alive and hope that everything will be good and fine. My name is FAVOUR or Lauren Tola.
And my name is Adi Damola LAFENWA. Wishing you a very fruitful day. Good morning.
Like a tossing water wave, sometimes it's bright and beautiful, but I know I'll be there. Life, like a tossing water wave, sometimes it's bright and beautiful, but I know I'll be there. Anamio Sakala. gonna be okay. 'Cause I believe you called me. He will never lie, never lie, never lie, never lie, never lie. A misery.
Sometimes you go broke, pata pata brother. Sometimes you go get the bad money, go day yafu yafu. He's a mystery.
Solutions 93.9 FM.
Ojeti kashedo, umoponwa atika vero yikale bosheri kele are.